Hey, what's going on, guys? Part 2 is in the books. We're going to be watching that right now, and I got a great part 2 for you guys. We're going to see some really cool things that I found from the bike shop, etc., etc. I'm not going to spoil it too much for you. We're going to get right on into it, and make sure that afterwards you guys look in the description box, because I'm actually going to state what was a product review, what was a DD find, and what was I actually purchased myself or in the past had that I incorporated in the video. Thank you guys so much for the awesome love on part 1. And if you haven't already watched that, I'll link that in the description box below. It looks like we're gonna be about a 5-part series, maybe 4 or 5, because we're doing some really cool things. All right, guys, enjoy part 2. All right, guys, where I last left you, now we're over here on this side of the garage here. Now, this is directly across from the televisions right here. Now, something I want to do is I have these right here. Again, they're kind of those shelf organizers where you kind of do the little retail hooks in there. They already have holes which have been drilled, and then they actually use liquid nails on these. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually just going to use some more butterfly hooks or whatnot, but there actually is 3 holes already drilled on each one. I don't have room right now. I have 4 of them total. I don't have room right now to go all the way up. I don't really feel like dealing with this right now. Eventually, I want to go ahead and stack those up. But for today, we're going to go ahead and just put 1 right there and then 1 right above it. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just shove the other 2 right there. And then once we commence on what we're going to do with that thing right there. Of course, this is my road bike. All the tires and rims, that can all go. I just don't know where to put that mountain bike quite yet. So for today's project, we're going to go ahead and put this one, and we're going to put 2 up here on that wall, and that again is going to be directly across from the televisions here. And then what we're going to do, guys, is we need to work on cable management and organization for this side, and we also are going to mount another one of these aluminum brackets right down here for the soundbar, because I really think that's just too cluttered. At first I was like, that might be able to work. We got the Blu-ray, the PS2, and the soundbar, and I was like, nah, it's too cluttered. It's not clean, you know. Of course, the cords are going to be cord management, but what we're going to do is we're going to take this one right here, we're going to put that right below it, and then we're going to put the soundbar below that, or the soundbar on top, and then the Blu-ray PS2 right below it on the bottom. So stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and get these massive guys hung up now. This is how you don't let it fall over. Use a jack. Put the arm right up against there. Take a look at that. Thank you, Bike Shop, for the organization.
Water is warm, but it sends me shivers. A baby is born, crying out for its.
Alright, guys, coming together real nicely here. Got all the screws in the one down here. Now it's resting on this cement ledge right here. That's about a good solid 3-inch ledge, so I'm not worried about having to do butterfly anchors in the bottom one right here. Now the topper one right here, that of course is a full sheet. Now you're supposed to, you can't even really tell on camera, but right here in the middle, you're supposed to actually have that up a little bit more to be able to slide another aluminum rail in the middle of both those, and that's right here where my finger is. Now you can barely tell, and from back here I can't even really tell. And so what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm just gonna leave it like this, because as you can see, I don't even need my jack. I'm just putting it there for support just in case. But the 2 pieces actually slid in and locked in together. Now, technically you're not supposed to do that. You can, of course, but it's gonna be 1 rail less right down the middle, but I don't really care. And so what we're gonna do, these ones, again, because they're from the bike shop, we already have screw holes already drilled in right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. And again, I'm gonna eliminate the liquid nails. I'm not gonna do the liquid nails. I'm gonna do, as the higher we go, I'm gonna be doing butterfly anchors. Of course, I mentioned that earlier in the video. They lock in on the other side of the drywall, and to prevent it from falling over. I had an IKEA incident on my last apartment, and unfortunately, it was not very good. good. So we're looking really good here, guys. Let's go ahead and put in some dry anchors here. And since the holes are already drilled, it's really, really easy. You just follow that straight in, and we actually hit some studs on this side over here, but we're gonna go ahead and just drill in, remove the board, and then go ahead and put our anchors in, and then everything is gonna be already lined up, ready to go. That's awesome, guys. Well, guys, we went a little bit crazy and we actually put up all 4 today. I was again gonna only do 2, but take a look at that. We got all 4 boards up, perfectly spaced. We got them inside the studs, which is absolutely fantastic because, of course, we're gonna be hanging not too terribly heavy from it, but we wanna hang some hooks and some baskets and even maybe a bicycle. I'm not exactly sure quite yet. So you wanna make sure that you are hitting some studs at least. So we got, again, all 4 up. I'm super pumped about that. Now we're actually gonna come back around here. And like I mentioned, we actually need to put up the one more aluminum railing right underneath the Blu-ray DVD player. And that is right here. So we're gonna go ahead and just put that right underneath so we can put the sound bar right there and have it evenly spaced. And so the Blu-ray will go up a little bit, the PS2 will go up a little bit, soundbar will come down 1 level. And then I'm not sure if it's gonna make it in this episode if it's too long, but I'm gonna try to do again the LED lights and cord management for this episode. So stay tuned for that and I'll be right back with you.
Water is warm, but it sends me shivers. A baby is born, crying out for attention.
Alrighty, guys, phase 2 in the Ultimate Man Cave Garage Gym setup right here. We have ourselves some storage racks. We need to get organized more. We have too much clutter, too many plastic boxes. We need to have more organization. So we have got hooked up by FlexiMount Company. I'm actually reviewing this on my other channel. And so this was another sponsored product. And so we will be hanging up 4x6 adjustable ceiling storage rack right here. This is a white one. We have it right over here against the sunglass case here. So that is absolutely fantastic. All my mounts are down here. And so again, I'll link this in the description box below with the other products I also use, but I will be hanging this probably directly above me right here. Well, that's actually the only space I have to put it. So it is going to be going up right here. And so I will be again adjusting in accordance to the height. And I don't want to cover up my shelves over here with the LED lights. I don't want to take the spotlight away from the televisions and LED lights. So we'll be putting this straight up here, and then what we're going to do is we are going to be organizing all this clutter, all this crap that pretty much needs to go in the garbage, but there is some good stuff there as well. So we will be storing it, selling it later on down the road. But for right now, we need to get organized so that we can put this place into action. So be back with you guys once I start cluttering this up and mounting that right there. All right, guys, take a look at that. I was able to get one section up right there. Again, we have 1 and then 2 more. That's only 2 feet by 4 feet right now. and I have, again, spaced out perfectly there. The hardest part so far, to be honest with you, is finding the studs, but once you find one, because this garage is all lined up weird, they're 16 inches apart, I was able to kind of configure the storage rack a little bit easier over here and there, of course, like that. Coming down here, and again, one section complete, looking absolutely fantastic. Again, adjustable, I'll link that. That is an absolute awesome rack. Flexi mount, again, 2 more sections, 1 and 2 right over here. It again is time to quit for the evening. It is a little bit too late to be making a lot of drilling noise and etc. So I'm going to be, what I'm going to do, all this here, I'm going to go ahead and stack up there and then remove it and then finish it. And then of course we will organize all this nonsense back here. And to tell you the truth, I want to actually get a measurement of the garage from that drywall wall back there to the garage door. I have no idea how far that distance is, but again, my 7 Series BMW parks right here. I literally butt up against those tires right there in the Dyson vacuum, and so across, my guess is somewhere between maybe 13 feet, 10 feet or so. It has to be about 21 to the back, I think, somewhere like that. Not exactly sure yet. Anyway, guys, we're looking absolutely fantastic. I found all 4 studs, so that is good to go. Screws are in there nice and tight, and so we are looking absolutely phenomenal.
She's wanting, simply wanting.
Alright guys, almost completed. We just need to screw that in. I'm waiting for my drill to charge to finish up that stud, and then the other portion there. Drill that hole into the stud, tighten everything up, double check everything, and now that rack will be good to go. Now while I'm waiting for that to charge, I'm actually, same company, sent out a TV stand. Now you're going, what in the world is a TV stand? Well, it's one of those things, remember back in grade school, where they would wheel something in. There's actually small wheels on the bottom of this here, and it has a stand, your DVD player sits right here, etc. Now, I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but it's really cool, and the lady that sent out this television mount for review, she's like, do you want the TV stand? And I was like, not really, but sure, it's gonna be cool. So I don't know where to put that quite yet. So hopefully when I organize this up here, hopefully we'll have a little room for the TV stand, and I'm gonna put the Samsung 32-inch on it for right now. Now again, I'm gonna hopefully be able to transfer maybe a 40-inch. I think this goes up to 50-inch or 40-inch. I'm not exactly sure, don't quote me on that one, but there is the Samsung right there. We also have a very small one here, but I think the minimum is a 32 on it here. So again, we got a lot to do, but that is kind of cool. Hopefully it will turn out cool. If not, maybe I'll, I don't know, we'll figure it out. We'll do something with it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, finally finished. How about that? Looking absolutely excited about that. We got it up. We got it looking good. And also, we got the TV stand up and running right here. Take a look at that right there. Completely finished, head to toe. We're gonna go ahead and push that in the corner, get that going. Maybe for a little, you know, we'll figure it out from there, you know, one thing at a time. But it is up, it is looking absolutely spot on, fantastic. Very proud of that. Now we still need to organize and cord management. Well guys, I want to start on cord management, but we need to tackle this first with this, because I need to organize that, because I need to run, again, extension cords to this area here. I don't know if I'm gonna be using the outlets over here. I probably will be always, guys, this is a tip for you. I use this at my last apartment as well. Garage door opener motors always need power, right? And most likely they're not gonna run a cord all the way to a socket way in the back of the garage. You always have a socket, most likely straight above, and mine is right there. Most garage door opener motors, the installation people will mount a socket right above you here. Now here's another tip for you guys here. You can go ahead and screw in with a mount or even use liquid nails on the back of like a surge protector strip, right? So you can have more outlets than just 2. And what I'm talking about, guys, of course I'm talking about the power strip here. Again, if you're using high-end electronics, I would recommend a surge protector, but you could liquid nails one in there. That's what I'm probably gonna do, and run the extension cord down against the wall. And again, we're gonna make it look nice, and then we're gonna have all the HDMI cables kind of zigzagging like snakes, but evenly going down. You'll see what I'm talking about. Again, I'm excited for that part, but I need to do the boring part now, which is stack. And something I just had in mind here with the storage rack here, it's metal, so it's kind of slippery on top, so the plastic boxes, you do need to be careful about any earthquake and it would just slip right off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prevent that. I have some bungee cords, I need to get some more, and again, you just hook in the bungee cords to the holes here, and it's almost like a preventative safety measure. If the box did slide, it would slide right into the bungee cord and wouldn't fall down on your car. And again, I will be parking a car in here, so of course I don't want it falling on top of my car. That would be bad for business. So let's get started with this boring task, but it needs to be done.
Water is warm, but it sends me shivers. A baby is born, crying out for attention. The memories fade like looking through a fogged mirror. Decisions.
Well guys, since I last left you, here it is. Take a look at that. Organization at its finest, but then what happened down here? What happened down here? I don't understand. I put it up here, but then something happened where it just didn't go anywhere. I must have had things so Tetrised in there that it just consumed. My wife came home, she saw this, and then she's like, what in the world? It looks like you have more stuff. And I was like, I know, what's going on? So guys, I really need to be not so picky and choosy, literally, Goodwill or sell. If it's in between, Goodwill, just get rid of it. And because I just have too much stuff. I did do another drop off at Goodwill, another big load, whole trunk full, but I mean, I got a lot of stuff I can sell in these boxes, which I do need to sell, and that's gonna take some time, obviously. That process will be over a period of time, of course, but let's come back to the original on-hand process. We got my stool here. We got this little beauty right here that's all done up right here. That's looking real good. I wanna display this Bellata mini motorcycle. We need to display this. We also need to, of course, we still need cord management, like I've mentioned many times, but we also need to get the PC up and running to the screens. Well, thanks so much for watching part 2, guys. I told you that was really cool. Again, we're gonna get into so much more. I wanted to include more in part 2, but there was just too much footage. I didn't want it too long. Well, thank you again for watching. And again, look in the description box below, guys, for the products that I reviewed, for the ones that were DD finds, and I list those all so you guys can kind of observe what was what. So make sure you're subscribed for part 3 coming up soon, guys. And if you guys appreciated the video, show it some love with the thumbs up. That would be much appreciative. And I'll see you guys on part 3. My name's Chris. Bye-bye.